Good morning, friends, and welcome to Today at the Races at Laurel Park on this 24th day of February. Tim Tulloch alongside Keith Fustel. Keith, we're coming off a big weekend. We ran 4 days last week, including the Monday holiday, including a big stakes day.
Yeah.
It was a fun weekend.
It was a fun weekend. Big day. Salzman, a couple wins. Things are rolling right along for that barn. But, yeah, good to be back. A couple days down to see the daughter down in NOLA. So, yeah, we got to make some money though today. Market's getting crushed. I went 13 of 14 on a parlay last night. You get beat one game. That's tough. That's 14-team parlay. You don't get that too often. You go 13-1. But we're back to racing today. I'm ready to make some money. Let's go.
Well, there's going to be opportunities.
Yes.
I think there will be opportunities. We're going to get right to it. Let's take a quick look outside. Keith, it started to rain right after training. It was just kind of a little bit of a steady rain. They had the track really sealed up. I walked across it 2 times since then, and it's in good shape.
Yeah. Looks packed pretty good. I mean, it's good to fast when you really kind of look at it. And, sealed right now at the present moment with those showers kind of lingering in the area. But all in all, I think we're going to have a pretty good racetrack this afternoon.
I think we will, and the turf course continues to look good. We are not far away. I mean, it's the 24th day of February. Only a few more days left of February. Then we're into March, and we're looking at grass very soon. So we have that to look forward to. But for now, let's look at today's card.
Okay.
And the first race kicks off the early pick 5, as always, 50-cent minimum, 12% takeout and industry low, and always well played. I think on Monday, they bet $76,000 into the early pick 5. It was a very, very well played. So you want to get involved in the early pick 5. Race 1 is for 3-year-old fillies, claiming price $10,000, going 6.5 furlongs. And we're going to start with your top pick. Keith, that is the 8, No More Mask. And we're going to go straight into a stat on No More Mask and John Salzman that you sent into him.
Yeah, this is a good one here. Unfortunately, we've got a scratch of the morning line favorite. The 6 Queen Cashmere's out. But let's focus on No More Mask. Trainer John Salzman Jr., past 3 years in Maryland. Look at this stat, 9 for 23. 39% with 3-year-old dirt sprinters off of this type of break, 31 to 60 days. ROI, gaudy 544. I think turning back at distance, second Lasix, going to do the trick here for No More Mass, a little bit of a hunch play. Has the speed to be aggressively ridden, I think, into this race, and has the stamina, 6.5. This horse is a stayer in here up front with Acosta.
Yeah, the mile didn't work in his last start, but turning back, John, about 23%. John had a big last Saturday, as you mentioned. Bird Moberly and John Salzman winning 2 stakes with Locomotive. And Galeria.
Galeria won the Miracle Wood and the Campbell, right?
The Campbell. Galeria, what a horse. He knows how to win by this much. He knows the money's the same. And when he does, it's not by much. But congratulations to John and Bird for last Saturday. My top pick in here is a 4, Ruby de Leon for John Robb. This one was a winner when getting to on a fast track at that maiden $10,000 level in her last start. I think she's going to get the same type of track this afternoon at the end of the day. I don't think we're going to get a ton of moisture on this racetrack. If she can run back to that race, it should work.
It was an improvement, definite improvement. We liked her. I didn't see that kind of jump, but with the Rob Barn, the way they're going now, things they don't change. He just keeps going, winning and winning. She was ridden hard every step of the way, and I thought she was going to lay down about the 3/16 pole. She found more, kept on going to winning clear again with scratch with Queen Cashmere. Looking at this speed setup, she should be part of the flow as well. So yeah, I'll key around. I'll use her, but I hit a homer. How many? I think turning back is going to be more prevalent late. The mile just didn't work. I think this horse will rally into it.
I agree. Only 2-time winner in the race. Hit a homer, honey. Should have something to run at here in the opener. Keith and I quite similar in race 1. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. This is a nice maiden special weight, which I could have gone a bunch of different directions.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, it kicks off the early pick 4. You did a ticket. How'd you play it?
Yeah, too deep here to get you started. We try to keep it, affordable, $24 with the 1 Queen Cadence. I think I've got her line too high. She'll come down off of that. And the 2 Candy Light, Faye for Grand Motion, adding Lasix. Race 3 with the 1, 2, and 5. A little pricier maybe on this one horse. A little sneaky off a break and off the claim for Hugh McMahon. Race 4 with the 3, 5, 6, and 8. like holy synchronicity in there in the fourth. I'm going to key around that runner and race 5 with the 7 and 8 Albertano off a big blowout win. Last out, see if he can pair it up. $24 for the early pick 4.
Race 2 is a maiden special weight event going 1 mile for maiden 3-year-old fillies. We'll start with your top pick. That is the 1 Queen Cadence.
Yeah.
Angel Cruz gets the call for Claudio Gonzalez. Lifetime best in that maiden 40 in her last start. Probably takes a little bit of a step up here this afternoon, but in her past 2 races, she's been in good form.
Yeah, maybe the 4 comes out. Continental Congress comes out of maybe the better races in New York and those maiden special weight races. We'll see. But Queen Cadence, out of that race, that 40 came with the 4th place finisher came back to run good in there. I think I shouldn't say that. I Can Run was 4th to Candy Light was in that race close up. My mistake. So I don't know. I think of the horses that have run here, there's not a whole lot splitting from a talent standpoint, class standpoint. Queen Cadence, the move here to made special weight works for me. She's proven she can handle a little bit of moisture in the track. She's on the engine from the inside. She's the one to catch.
Simply could have come back in the maiden 40 once again, or even a little cheaper if she wanted to. It wasn't going to happen, but yeah, confident move. I didn't get to her. I was like I said. I mean, I could have. I mean, it was just a matter of picking who you like. I ended up on the 4 Continental Congress. I think. She really wants to go longer. She's going to get that today. Okay. She's third off a break. Her 2 return races were good. She's by constitution out of a Bernardini mare. I just think the longer she goes, the better she's going to get.
Okay, breeding, bottom side to me has a little bit more of a sprint lean, but might get a little help from the top side here with constitution. You're right. It kept willingly to the wire at 7-8. So you think against this group she'll be able to carry it a little bit more. She should be forwardly placed here with Rodriguez. But I'll send her around the 1. The 2 Candy Light, trouble trip last time, goes first time Lasix. That was the first time on the main track for Grand Motion, but really overcame a lot of adversity just to miss and made that run into the lone speed of Quali, who didn't really disgrace herself last time out in that stake.
Yeah, and we actually have the video spotlight of Candy Light from that race on December 31st over a track that was labeled muddy.
Yeah, let's take a look at that right now. We're going to pick it up into the far turn, the 3-horse caught in between horses, but forwardly placed. But I tell you, she gets in a little bit of pickle here, leaving the far turn right about now. Yeah, checks pretty sharply there with about 3.5 furlongs to go. And when you've got a leader here that's able to kind of control it, and the pace was pretty good, 23.447 and change. But, you see Quali up front just going so easily. But I give a lot of credit to Candy Light, breeding-wise, suggest she's going to handle any kind of surface. And she battled on. Could have been just discouraged, found more, eases out here upper stretch, and really works on well to close. Just gets beat. Lasix going on. That's always a positive move here, Tim, for the Motion Barn, first time out. So,
Four work since this big effort. I was hoping she was going to get a fast track this afternoon. It would be the first fast track she ever ran on. But I don't think it's going to be too far off.
No.
I don't think it's going to be too far off fast for Candy Light. Charlie Marquez gets the call. Race 3 is for 4-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 6 months or have never won 4, claiming price $5,000. Going the flat mile, and your top pick in here is the 1 Kraken Wagon. Kicks off the rainbow pick 6. Nice carryover, $12,362. Callie Francois did a ticket for us, and this is how she plays it. Wow. Oof. Go big, go home. She's going to single right out of the box.
Yeah.
It's a tears for fears right here. It's going to be over quick or you're going to be in it. She's going to single on the 2. Pay the Kid to start it off. Race 4, just like you did on your early pick 5. She spreads here. 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8. Race 5, she uses the 3, 7, and the 8. Race 6, a maiden 16 event. She goes 3 deep there, 1, 5, 6. Race 7, a wide open 12-5 race. Why not? This race is tough too. 1, 3, 5, 7. And then she finishes it out using the 3 and 4 in that maiden 10 event. $72 ticket on her Rainbow Pick 6. Nice carryover of over $12,000. Let's go back to Kraken Wagon. Gina Bello rides for Hugh McMahon. This will be first off of a little bit of a break, coming back with decent works. But look, you go back on his form from last winter and spring. Boy, this is a gelding that was in really, really good form. Has not quite run back to it. 2 starts ago, got close.
Yeah.
but now we've had another break.
A little freshening, so that, like I say, the kind of patented move here. Hugh McMahon likes to give those mile works. You've got a lower claimer here. It's got a little bit of kind of back figs, going back to mid 70s, low 80s. Okay, given some time, I'm looking at this field, looking at the way the race is going to set up. You've got a fresh horse with a barn. Here's a little stat for you: 40% when first off the claim and back in for the nickel over the last few years with an ROI, a positive ROI. It's like 223, but. I think this horse is going to be good from the inside. Gets position, not worried about the distance. I think a stalk and pounce kind of trip and might slip away at an okay price. I like these horses given a little bit of break that have the back figures. You see Ness do it a lot, and they come back to it. This horse is capable, I think, today here for Hugh McMahon.
If he runs back to his back figures, he's going straight to the winner's circle. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Just is going to need to do it. My top pick is Callie Francois single on a Rainbow Pick 6. The 2 Pay the Kid. Rudy Sanchez Solomon. This would be second off the claim for Rudy. He dropped this one back to this nickel level in his last start after trying tougher. Got the job done just off his life best race. He's very competitive here. If he can run back to that, you have him here exactly.
Yeah, and we want to thank Rudy Sanchez Solomon and Acosta for bailing us out that day at a big price, almost 7-1. We had the horse on top. I thought this horse would kind of be up on the engine. They go into the first turn, and that horse came away a bit slow, and he's like in another county when they pass the 3/4 pole. And luckily a duel developed, and out of the corner of my eye, I'm calling the chart. I see him about 4 or 5 wide. And he starts ramping it up. I said, come on, JD, get this. And boom, he just sustained and kept on going. So right back for the nickel. Barnes dangerous here. And again, I think he'll be a little bit closer at this mile distance.
And literally, because of where Laurel Park sits, you could be in another county.
That's true.
Because we sit at the corner of 3 different counties, the 2 Pay the Kid. The 4 we have a quick video spotlight on. This is Jungle Warrior, Jose Corrales. Bryson Butterfly gets a call for the first time. We're going to look at his race from January 29th, where he didn't quite get off the best.
No, in a big field. And, when this happens, good luck to you, unfortunately. Comes away initially okay, but then about the first 3 or 4 strides, completely pinballed, has to check out of there. Valiant effort just to make up a little bit of ground through the stretch. Going back out to the distance, he's third off of a break. He figures with a clean break to be part of the pace flow in here. And he should be able to hang around. I don't know if he's going to, if some of these horses engage him, maybe top of the stretch, will he be able to keep going? But he's a horse here, I think. That figures, and it's hard to maybe leave out of your exactness.
Yeah, I mean, really, by the figures, the races are there. I mean, all the races are there by the numbers. He just needs to come back and run one of those types of races, because he did run consistent figures from last September until earlier this year. So I don't think you can leave him out. And Bryson's riding pretty okay these days, and he's getting better and better.
Yeah, he just came up short, a couple races back on the break. I mean, he was cruising right along, wasn't really let out till upper stretch, and just needed it. Yep.
Race 4 kicks off the late pick 5 this afternoon on our 8-race card. This is a maiden 25 event. 4 maiden 3-year-olds going 1 mile. And we'll start with the 5 you have on top here. And that is Holy Synchronicity, who I quite like also this afternoon on my ticket. For Rudy Sanchez Solomon, Rosario Martinez gets the call. Tried to be part of the pace while sprinting in his debut. Got tired, as he should. Stretches out today.
Well, we saw Matt Genius come back and run well. Wilbur, okay. And, had a little trouble at the break, too. Was bounced around, a little jostle. This horse showed good speed. Was used into the pace, was battling inside of a couple of rivals. Matt Genius went on with it. Just a slight fade. Pit stop man. The 7 has some speed. I think this horse is the speed of the speed. I want him to get out there, rock and roll early, then maybe take a breather around the turn. We'll see. Breeding on the bottom side. I want a little further back, a little deeper in the breeding. Suggest so horse should be able to handle a route of ground. So, right to the front. Let's hope with the 5, Holy Synchronicity.
He certainly should. And Rudy, pretty good. 21% with a substantial amount of runners when he's stretching one out. 21%. That's a good number. I have the 6 Curchulo on top for Norman Cash. Angel Cruz gets the call. Look, this one just missed to a well-backed Rookie of the Year, Graham Motion
Motion.
horse. I thought he ran a really good race. And he had trouble. He had trouble all the way around there, basically from the 3/8 pole to the wire. He had trouble. A clean trip, I think, turns the tide for Catrillo.
Yeah, he's had a lot of chances, but encouraging his last couple starts, no doubt about it. Showed the ability to handle the 2 turns. Now back to a 1 turn. I think he's a stayer. Nightballs, I think, jumped up and ran big last
how
time.
about the race he ran last
Maybe
time?
they went slow early, but he took advantage of it. Maybe a little premature, separated from the field. I think he'll need to sit and rate a little bit to the inside. Senator Kelly, I ended up throwing off the ticket, but we're going to show a video, right? We've got a video of the 2. He's going to take plenty of play here for Lacey Gaudet. Interesting. It's such a sprint lean on this bottom side. I mean, he might jump up and go ahead and beat me today, but he had a little bit of an awkward break last time out, and it cost him enough. He just came out, just a little bit of a bobble. What do you say? The ground kind of broke from under
away
him?
from him. And I talk about it a lot, especially with these young horses, when they're on the dead outside, and here at Laurel, it's such a wide racetrack, they all kind of go right, and not all of them, but a majority of them do, because they're just under the experience, and they've never had that many horses break down toward the inside of them. So it's a different feel. But look, comes back in here protected once again for Lacey. A couple works since that last race, and we'll see.
You can see he's running to the wire. He's definitely giving effort. I like the fact 2 sprints now under his belt to move forward. Will be a shorter price, though, in this 4th race.
It's time for us to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the second half of today's card.
Okay.
Welcome back to Today at the Races here at the Laurel Park. Let's move on to race 5. This is a 2 lifetime claiming event. $5,000 is the price. It's going 1 mile. And we're going to start with your top pick. Okay. I like this one too. Albertano. Javion Tolino rides for Tom McMahon. This one's perfectly spotted off that maiden score, a big maiden score going 1 mile in his last start.
And don't let the slow time fool you. The track was slow that day. You see the variant up to almost close to a 40. Nobody really blazing. Just the way that this horse did it, Tim. I mean, was just under a snug hold early all the way into the far turn, and Toledo just was able to cruise up. Once he took command, this horse was eager away and to the wire. I think, something clicked for him. It was second time for this barn. This is a barn that's riding a hot hand as well.
Yes.
Not a lot of horses in the barn, but, man, that high strike rate. So I'm going to strike when the iron's hot here with Albertano. Another one. He's going to have to might have to sit a little further back because Dijon is quick. This 3 horses got some speed from the inside. He will try to steal it. So I'm using Albertano. I'm using Ice Rain kind of as my keys in here.
For sure. And that was Albertano. That was the first time going long on the main track. Comes back at this 1-turn mile again. I have the 8 Ice Rain, as you just mentioned. I have this one on top. First time for Hugh McMahon. Rosario Martinez gets the call. Look, this one's dropping to a lifetime low. His last 3 races against Tougher have not been particularly good. Haven't seen him since January 27th. Comes in here with his sharp work. The races are there. I just feel like this horse, at this level, I mean, this horse should be a major player.
He has to be. I would think. He made a move into a pretty honest pace last time. That was a better field, a little bit better field, I should say, and Jack gave back. But, yeah, just maybe hoping this barn change kind of wakes him back up, because anywhere close to his best, and he should win. Well, that's the $1 million.
I've got the 11 Tiny Tin in the mix here. Gina Vello rides for Ferris Allen. Look, the 1-turn mile has been good to him. 2 back, a good race behind Paint Music for me, and you have to go back to last winter. But those are the last 2 times he's run the 1-turn mile, and they were both good results. So I have a little hope for him at 5-1 on the morning line. Race 6 is a maiden event. Maiden claiming price $16,000, going 3/4 of a mile. You have the 5, Texas Girl, on top. Why not? In my exacta, comes in for Anthony Pecoraro, who's typically very good when he brings his horses to Laurel Park. Carol Cedeno gets to ride. Comes in here with works that are fine for this level.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it. Magic and Me is going to be a heavy favorite. She's coming back again, kind of quick, as the Soray horses usually do. She comes out of better fields, does the 6. She should be tactical, making a move. Yeah, she's the horse to beat. I mean, she's going to be a really short price. But, yeah, about this horse, Texas Girl, the full sister, galloped second time out and ran really well in debut. I think ran a second. Pecoraro, he's kind of pretty good at spotting these mid-level claimers, right? He's got a good sense. This is the stranger, the new face. I think if anybody's going to jump up and beat the favorite, it's going to be her.
I do have the favorite on top, Magic and Me, for Soray, coming right back, but getting back to a level where she's had some success, and she's still a maiden, but a third, a second, and decent figures. And she only got beat 3 lengths. Now, I know it was a few days ago against what should be tougher in the maiden 25. So, but you're right. How about the 2 Harper's Due? For Hammy Smith. Comes in with one of those full work tabs, Ellery to Laurel Park. And well spotted here today. You don't use her, but again, of the new faces, I throw them in, the 2 and the 5. So.
Definitely. Always root for the connections. Gorey Smith down at Ellery. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet for the Ellery Trials, it's March 19th.
We both can't go.
Well, I've got to be there. I got to call the races down there after a little hiatus. We're back in Ellery, South Carolina, and a great spot to get the horses prepared. They come off of that track fit down there. Been up maybe about a month, maybe just not quite. But I tell you, this horse is probably going to be fit. Might want to go a little bit longer when you look at some of the siblings. Lulu's on the move and stuff, can handle a route of ground, but. Doesn't catch the toughest of spots here in debut.
Nope, not at all. All right, race 7, wide open, 12-5, fillies and mares. 12-5, I said that, 3/4 of a mile. And we'll start with Maureen Loves Frank, the 3. Both you and I have this one on top. We're going to take a look at her race from November 18th of this past year, right here at Laurel Park.
This was for Claudio Gonzalez and ran a pretty good race this day. He's tracking the speed. He's able to kind of go right up to the leaders without much asking here, coming to the quarter pole. And she's going to go ahead and go clear. Avery Lynn was a victim of hers this day. She was running. She's speed again from the inside. There she is on the rail, our Avery Lynn. But I just think Maureen Loves Frank right back into a barn of farriers that's hitting pretty much on all cylinders right now, is going to be able to get the same tracking position again. Some speed is signed on with our Avery Lynn and Shaka Boom. Those two go at it. She's going to be there ready to stalk and move into it again.
Yeah, and getting back to a level where she's had success. I mean, that last race was legitimately tougher. Marbella Nasty, Devilish Affair, who's on a little bit of a roll, and even the race before behind Mending, Combat Queen, and Awfully Foxy. So this should be a little bit of relief for. We talked about our Avery Lynn, the 5 here, and this event is Joyful Noise, who you have in the mix, going 3/4 of a mile. This is a filly, kind of gets what I've always felt like she wants. She likes to be outside of horses. Seems to me that's where she runs her best, if she can close from the outside.
Yeah, she doesn't have a slew of speed. She'll settle, and again, she'll just navigate that trip from, say, mid-turn home. She'll have to ramp it up right if she can shift out, find a clear run. She brings a steady kind of a run every time. And, she's a player. There's not really a major step up for her off of that last spot.
As long as she's in clean air. I just like her better on the outside. She doesn't come with that steady run when she's down inside. Let's get to race 8. Race 8 will conclude our card this afternoon. This is a maiden 10 going 1 mile for maiden 3-year-olds. And your top pick in this heat is the 8, all the way to the outside. Both you and Callie got to this one. I didn't. Amicolola Falls for Mary Epler. Kevin Gomez rides. Second off a layoff today. He hooked a good track. Track rated good in when coming back. Maybe behind an easy winner, 7 lengths, no money down. But beaten 11.
No money down, sign back later during the week. I just think you got 2 excuses in debut. Second time gelding. looking at the family, the mare can handle a route of ground. She didn't win a lot, but she knocked on the door a lot and made some money. Okay, you've got 2 horses that are going to take all the play in here, the 3 Biscotto d'Oro and the 4 Illustrious. Yeah, Illustrious might be able to shake clear and just go all the way. I'm looking for value. If I've got to get out, we say it time and time again, this is my horse maybe to use in the exact as the key up, because I don't make any money if it runs 3-4, 4-3, and we're about making money.
Oh, man.
There you go.
Needs to get away. Needs to get away from the gate.
Absolutely.
Even going a mile, needs to get away. I do have the 4 Illustrious on top, 4 for Anthony Ferrier. First time with Ferrier, dropping this afternoon, 2 and 3 back. Look like they're good enough to get the job done here this afternoon. Of course, the 6 Keen on You, second off a break for Hugh McMahon. This one should probably move forward a little bit this afternoon. So there could be some opportunities here in the finale.
Yeah, Biscotto d'Oro. I mean, these 2 could be flipped, or even just almost the same odds when it's all said and done. Coming, when they go out of the gate, when they break. But Biscotto d'Oro did look like a stone cold winner last time. That was kind of a major league hang, unfortunately, for him. But
there it is, right there in the short comment.
Hung. Maybe Mary Epler can shock the world here in the last. She's done it before.
No doubt about that.
All right.
That does our 8-race card this afternoon here at Laurel Park. But we're going to move on to lightning round to some pretty interesting standings we have going on right here. Keith, we're going to start with the jockeys.
Okay.
And let's see, what's that board look like, Olivia? Here we go. Jockey standings.
They've seen enough of the Bopsy twins here with the look
there we
here.
go. Victor Carrasco on top 2 above Javion Toledo. Jamie Rodriguez laying there in weight. I mean, there's a guy he hooks up with a lot of trainers, but as long as Ness is hot, he keeps rolling.
And that's the key. It's going to keep, as long as Ness is there, it's going to keep him into the picture, no doubt. He's showing some talent. A newer face to our riding colony. But, certainly very, very capable. And how about the bug creeping in, right?
The bug, Gene Avello creeping in. Xavier Perez, same thing. He can keep a lot of pressure on the top 2 as long as Mr. Rob keeps going well. And as of right now, as we move to the trainer standing, Mr. Rob's going very, very well. He's on top by 3 over Jamie Ness. 3 more to Claudio Gonzalez. We haven't seen that in a long time. Robin Ness putting some pressure on a perennial leading trainer.
Yeah, a little bit of a hurt right now. Kind of open it up. Claudio, like I say, he's got a lot of bullets in the holster to come back at you, right? And it's a lot of times now with Robin Ness horses, they win. They might work through conditions, trying to find those spots to keep the wins going. Can be troublesome sometimes. So that's what you got to look out for them. But, man, they are going really, really strong right now, as is Ferrier.
Yep, Ferrier's found his best foot lately, too. Well, we just came off a big stakes weekend, but don't worry, it won't be long. We come right back on St. Patrick's Day weekend, March 19th. 5 stakes, $450,000 of Harrison Johnson, Not for Love, and the Conover. But the important stakes of the day are the Beyond the Wire for the 3-year-old fillies. This is a prep for the Weber City, which is a prep for which is a win and you're in for the Black Eyed Susan. And then, of course, the Private Terms is a prep for the Tessio, which is a win and you're in for the Preakness Stakes. The 3-year-olds they've been warming up here. We had stakes in January. We just had 3-year-old stakes in February. Here we come back in March, and it just gets getting more exciting and more exciting as we work our way to the 3rd Saturday in May.
You got it. That's right. We're looking forward to it, and they will be here before you know it. I'm assuming we'll see Joe probably for Trombetta.
I would think we would, but I haven't,
I haven't seen anything yet. Right, they haven't closed yet.
For a little bit, but we've got that coming up, and it's going to be coming quick. February's almost over, so it's going to be coming quicker than you think. Of course, tomorrow is the Stronach 5. I'm going to throw that board up. The Stronach 5 starts right here at the Laurel Park, our race 8 for leg A, and then we go to Gulfstream Park, their race 8 for leg B. Santa Anita, their race 3, leg C, race 3, Golden Gate, leg D, and then back to Gulfstream Park, their race 10. Last week, paid $27,000. I think it was $27,000.
Everything was sailing along for the first 3.
It was still a lot of money.
The first 3 were manageable, and I think hit the 2 big prices hit the last.
It was still a lot of money, so you'll definitely want to get involved in the Stronach 5. I have not looked at it yet, I will admit, but I will do that this evening and tomorrow morning. Try to come up with a ticket. That's going to do it for
right.
Keith and myself. Dave Rodman is up next with Scratches and Changes.
Okay, good luck.